If your blog is just a hobby, you can afford to push content at any given point of time and day. You may not be so organized while pushing content. You can randomly schedule it. However, if you're a legit online business and you are mapping content marketing as a success key, it's really crucial for you to be organized. If you are wondering what will ensure organized content, content calendar is your solution. What is content calendar all about? It's a strategically designed calendar which involves what are you posting, where are you posting, when are you posting. The amalgamation of these three can be done on various platforms. In case if you are a beginner, you can start with as simple as Microsoft Excel, or you can involve in Google Sheets. You can use these basic tools in order to organize and timeline your content. Well, that's content calendar for you. The primary benefit of the content calendar is it allows you to never forget an important date. May it be a festival or an important event happening around in the industry. It's really crucial for you to tap those dates. Because of content calendar, you can plot them and you can never miss out on them. The second benefit that content calendar will help you with is your consistency. Since you've made a plan, it will allow you to regularize your postings on various social media channels. The other segment that content calendar is really crucial is the content mix. A lot of people wonder, should I be only posting stories or should I be only posting posts? Well, the calendar allows you to try various mix of video, audio, stories, posts, carousels, and interactive formats of content. Since you're regular, you're consistent, and you're trying various mix, it also leads you to review what kind of results are you getting. Measurability is a key in content space. If you know that this content is actually working out for a certain set of audience, there's a chance you can duplicate that strategy. If you see from a strategic standpoint, content calendar allows you to have a great coordination with your team members. You can see a holistic view of your brand for a certain duration of time. You can allocate your resources and your team members accordingly for a specific set of content. Since it involves date and time, it will help you understand the bigger picture of the organization. What is the type of content that is being developed? And are we duplicating any content? The biggest benefit in content calendar is you can understand the theme of content. By chance, if your multiple posts are revolving around the same theme, users will feel this is repetitive in nature and hence they may not like your content anymore. Through calendar, you can understand if any such duplication is happening and you can avoid them. It will help you prioritize over the urgency and the moment marketing issues in the industry. Last but not the least, you can have all your creatives, all your links, all your copies, all your captions at one place. You don't have to involve with multiple set of people. Since this one content calendar is accessible to multiple teams, it becomes really easy for you to contribute and coordinate. After you have decided which content bucket you want to choose, it's really crucial for you to plot it against the right kind of social media channel. It's your desired social media channel where you want to produce that piece of content. It could be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, whichever platform. The second most crucial thing that you need to do is audit your social media channels. You need to define which channel is actually working for you and which one is not working for you. Along with the channels, you also need to understand what kind of content is working on those channels and what kind of content is not working on those channels. During auditing, realize which channel requires maximum efforts, which social channels will need you to push content on regular basis because your maximum audience is actually over there. Apart from that, on those social channels, are you living up with the marketing standards and trying to compete with the other brands by being up to date and following the trends? You need to keep one thing in mind. Not all social media channels are going to be helpful for your business. Take only those which are good for you. Discard the ones which are not going to be helpful for you. Focus on only those social media channels which are giving you the maximum output while doing social media content. When you decide which platform is going to be my go-to platform, it will help you focus on that particular platform and your efforts will be synchronized in that direction for those platform itself. Just in case if you're thinking how will you integrate this with your content calendar, well, here's a list of things that you need to know that exists in a content calendar. You can start by filling out the basic details like date when you want to post something, time at which that content will be uploaded or shared, the platform specific format, feed post, IGTV content, stories, polls, live stream, ads, etc. Copy or headline, creatives, the creative side of the business that's going to go out and users are going to interact with. Link to the assets, for example, link to the landing page, link to the website, link to the app. Any other links which lead to other format of content, for example, a YouTube video. Status, whether it's work in progress, completed, discarded, altered, etc. Last but not the least, analytics and results. You have now seen what a content calendar really looks like. You've understood what are the elements involved in a content calendar. You as a content marketer need to fill out all these details which are relevant for you and your business. While you are doing this, there's a small piece of advice that we would like to share it with you out of experience. It's really pivotal for you to gather all your resources, which are also called as creative assets. In other terms, pictures of your brand logos, your brand colors, your brand mood board, pictures of your products, etc., etc. All of these things need to be gathered in one space, in one folder. If this could be online, even better. You can find a common sharing platform which allows you and your teams to interact over those piece of assets, and you can have a discussion on how to plot that particular asset towards your content calendar. The major benefit of having all the content assets or the creative assets at one space is that it allows you to drag and drop at multiple places. You can have important discussions about it. Last but not the least, you get out of the hustle of physically actually transferring those things. Once you have all your assets in place, ensure you start designing your creatives. You need to design these creatives and plot it against your content calendar, post which you need to review it with your team, see if any additional feedback is coming from either of the parties, and decide whether this content should actually go out on those particular dates. Just in case if you're thinking, is content calendar a strict, rigid process? Not really. Since it's available online, it allows you to alter it at any given point. Let's say if something trending is happening and you wish to alter your content calendar, feel free to go ahead with that. If you want to know the success of your content, let it go out to the world. Schedule it or publish it on the relevant platforms and see what are the level of reactions that you're getting. With that, you will define whether your content calendar strategy really worked out or not. Everyone wants to be a successful content marketer, but in order to be one, you need to ensure your content calendar is rock solid. In order to make that rock solid content calendar, I have some tips for you. Choose a theme for every month. When you know you are around festive days, when you know the sales is going to be booming, when you know your competitors are also going to chew up your market, ensure you have those right kind of activities over there. Doing some more of videos, doing promotional content, allowing users to have some contest and interact with you is extremely important. You need to plot the right kind of content on the right kind of days and choose those themes accordingly. Example, November, December and all of these are Christmas time and you feel that people have a habit of shopping a lot. Your content needs to tweak accordingly. During off season, you can take a low hit, you can be more entertaining, you can be more conversational, you can have content which engages with users. Apart from this, time to time the industry has always spoken about the ideal time of posting content. Well, yes, something like this definitely exists on the internet. You wish to know when maximum number of users that follow you are actually online. A lot of platforms give you that part of analytics that on this particular day, X number of followers were active. Or at this particular point of time, X number of people were active. You need to see for your brand yourself and decide what is the ideal time of posting for you. As per the industry, if you're posting on Instagram, ideally anything between 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. is a great time to post. If you're wondering frequency of posting, if your brand has multiple posts, don't go at one time. divide them across the day, and let your reach be divided. If you're wondering on Facebook, apparently the reach on Facebook has slightly declined. However, the morning slot between 11 to 1 p.m. in the afternoon or the evening slot between 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. is an ideal one. You can even post on weekends on Facebook. However, on Instagram, weekends are not so great. Twitter is ideal for lunchtime because people are looking out for small snippets of stories and news between 12 to 1. The third thing that's going to play a role in your entire content marketing is playing around with the dates. Imagine this, you have a deadline. You have a deadline for posting one blog content, and just 2 days prior, you are still writing that blog content. That's a laid back job. You need to produce content at least 2 weeks in advance. It also allows you to change your content, tweak your content, make some adaptations depending on your previous analytics. If there are crucial events coming up, you can push more content on those particular dates. For example, if it's a national day of your country or an eminent festival is coming up for which a lot of people are excited, you can push more content 7 to 14 days in advance. Last but not the least, if you have a tool that can assist you and synchronize all your social media platforms at one place, nothing better than that. If you have the budgets, buy these advanced tools from the market which allow you to schedule on multiple platforms at one go. In case if you're a beginner and you don't have the money to acquire these tools, you can start as basics as Google Calendar, Google Sheet, and Google Docs to define all your content. Creating a daily, weekly, bi-weekly, and a monthly schedule will allow you to have a holistic view of your company and what kind of content is going out in the market. Apart from that, you can be ready for any last-minute implications. You can alter your content, tweak your content, do something relevant for the audience there and there itself. If you're thinking content calendar is restricted to just social media, mind you, it's not. Even if you're doing third-party collaborations, influencer marketing, email marketing, SMS marketing, or even running ads, all of these can be synchronized at one space. That's content calendar for you.